and imagine standing on the shore of a magnificent island kingdom. Before you stretches a civilization unlike any other. Grand palaces shimmer under the sunlight. Massive temples tower toward the sky, their walls decorated with gold, silver, and a mysterious metal said to glow like fire. Ships fill the harbors. Markets overflow with rare goods from distant lands. Water flows through beautifully designed canals that circle the city in perfect rings. This is Atlantis, a civilization so advanced, so wealthy, and so powerful that its name has survived for thousands of years. But according to legend, all of it disappeared in a single day and night, swallowed by the sea, never seen again. The story of Atlantis first appears in the writings of the Greek philosopher Plato around 360 BCE. In his dialogues Timaeus and Critias, Plato describes Atlantis as a mighty island empire located beyond the Pillars of Heracles, known today as the Strait of Gibraltar. According to Plato, Atlantis was larger than Libya and Asia Minor combined. It was not just a city, it was an empire. At the center of Atlantis stood a great capital city designed with extraordinary precision. The city was built in circular layers of land and water, connected by bridges and canals. At its heart stood a magnificent temple dedicated to Poseidon, god of the sea. Inside were enormous golden statues, sacred altars, and treasures beyond imagination. The Atlanteans themselves were said to be highly organized and technologically skilled. They mastered architecture, agriculture, engineering, and naval power. Their land was fertile and abundant. Mountains protected the northern borders, while rivers nourished vast plains. Everything about Atlantis suggested perfection. At first, the people of Atlantis were noble. Plato describes them as descendants of Poseidon, blessed with wisdom, discipline, and balance. They ruled fairly, they respected divine law, and their civilization prospered. But prosperity often carries a hidden danger. As generations passed, something changed. Their divine nature began to fade. Greed slowly replaced wisdom. Luxury replaced discipline. Power replaced humility. The Atlanteans became obsessed with expansion and conquest. No longer satisfied with their own riches, they sought control over neighboring lands. Their empire expanded aggressively. And according to Plato, Atlantis eventually turned its attention toward conquering the ancient Mediterranean world, including Athens. But this ambition would lead to their destruction. Plato tells us that the gods watched as Atlantis fell deeper into corruption. The once great civilization had become arrogant. Its rulers believed their power made them untouchable. They had forgotten moderation, forgotten virtue, forgotten the limits of power. And then came judgment. The gods decided Atlantis must be punished. Without warning, disaster struck. The ground trembled violently. Earthquakes shattered buildings and cracked the land apart. The sea rose in enormous waves. Floodwaters rushed across the island, swallowing temples, homes, and harbors. The magnificent ringed city collapsed into chaos. Ships were destroyed, walls crumbled. Fire, water, and destruction consumed everything. And in what Plato describes as a single terrible day and night, Atlantis disappeared beneath the ocean. Gone forever. No survivors, no empire, only silence and legend. But here is where the mystery truly begins. Was Atlantis ever real? Most historians believe Plato created Atlantis as an allegory, a fictional story meant to teach a lesson, a warning about hubris, about what happens when wealth and power corrupt a society.
In this interpretation, Atlantis was never intended to be discovered. It was philosophy disguised as history. Yet, not everyone agrees. For centuries, explorers, archaeologists, and dreamers have searched for traces of Atlantis. Some believe the legend may have been inspired by real events. One popular theory links Atlantis to the ancient island of Santorini. Around 1600 BCE, a massive volcanic eruption devastated the region and severely impacted the ancient Minoan civilization. The explosion triggered earthquakes, tsunamis, and widespread destruction. To some, this disaster sounds remarkably similar to Plato's description. Others suggest Atlantis may reflect memories of ancient floods, submerged islands, or lost coastal settlements that vanished as sea levels rose after the last ice age. But despite countless theories, no definitive evidence has ever been found. No ruins, no artifacts, no proof. And perhaps that is exactly why Atlantis continues to captivate us. Because Atlantis is more than just a lost city. It represents something deeper, a fear that even the greatest civilizations can fall, a reminder that power is temporary, that wealth cannot prevent collapse, that greatness can vanish in an instant.
Yet after more than 2,000 years, the mystery remains unsolved. Somewhere between myth and history, between warning and possibility, between imagination and memory. And perhaps that is where Atlantis truly belongs. Not buried beneath the ocean, but alive in human curiosity, still waiting to be understood. So the question remains, was Atlantis only a myth created by Plato? Or was it the final echo of a real civilization lost beneath the waves?